Hello and welcome to Pravus Gaming. We are back with even more Plague Inc. Evolved. It's been a couple weeks since I played this, but I do recall seeing a request for the Prion a long time ago, and I never did it. So I'm terribly sorry about that. We're going to do it anyway. Prion, a slow and subtle and extremely complex pathogen hidden inside the brain? Sounds awesome. We're going to go with Catalytic Switch for the blue cure bubbles. I'm going to go with the Darwinist and Translesion Plus synergy, because you do get points refunded if you have the Prion. Aquasite for spreading by sea, and Extremophile for obvious reasons. I'm going to play this on brutal mode. I'm going to call it Slinky, because it kind of looks like a Slinky to me. I mean, it looks a little bit more like a spring, but who wants to be killed by a plague called spring? They might get confused. They might think it's the season. That sucks. We're going to start in Indonesia today. Why? Because I'm feeling adventurous. Weak and used to hot temperatures. Fantastic. Okay. Prion disease type, a slow, subtle, and complex pathogen. Disease takes longer to react to new evolutions. So that's one of the big tricks when it comes to the Prion. So, every time you get a symptom, it takes a little while before that actually is going to take effect. For example, let's say I have most of the world infected and I want to evolve some lethality. Great, so I throw a ton of points into hemorrhagic shock and total organ failure, and my lethality goes through the roof. But people aren't dying very quickly. Well, that's because the Prion takes maybe a month or so to really take advantage of the new evolutions. It's kind of tricky. It throws off the timing of pretty much everything, but what can you do? We're going to go with Water 1, and I'm thinking Birds 1 as well. That's not so bad. Then we'll go with Insects, maybe. Primarily, I'm going with some animals because I want to get some mutations, because extra mutations can make things a lot easier. I also needed to grab Water 1 because ships were sterile and I can't really get around without water access. Now can I? I'm in Indonesia. Of course I'm going to need water access. Alright. Boom, some more points for me. Anemia developed a little bit on the early side. Let's go ahead and refund that. Boom. Thank you, sir. What else do I want here? Excuse me. Whoa. Bugs 1, like I said. Good in hot climates, especially places like Indonesia. Okay, I am getting a phone call. Oh dear, my fiance just got off work. I'm gonna text her. Hang on 1 second. I'll call you in a minute. There we go. I'm a very slow texter, don't judge me. Okay, moving on. What else do I want? I'm going to think Water 2 probably for next. Let's get our infectivity nice and high. And as I start getting around the world, especially some cold climates, then I'll worry about some resistances. Alright, Water 2 looks good. Maybe I'll want to grab Air 1 as well. Indonesia does have an airport after all, so we'll see how that works out for me. Cyst developed. No, sir. No cyst for you. No cyst for you! The soup Nazi jokes will never get old. Who doesn't love Seinfeld? Come on. We all love Seinfeld. Okay. She is still calling me. You know what? I'm going to pause for just a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. It was not an emergency. She just didn't notice my text. What is this I'm seeing? University debate controversy on whether to give benefits to birth to children they can't support. Whoa! That's a rough one right there. Okay. Well, we're just going to steam right along. We're starting to infect some of the local islands. That's nice. Good. New Guinea and Philippines and Indonesia and Southeast Asia and Australia. We don't have New Zealand yet, though. That's too bad. Okay, we did get the US, not Canada, though. Okay, so I'm not too worried about cold resistance until we start moving a little bit more north. New rural livestock legislation. Well, good thing I'm not relying on livestock to spread my disease, huh? Let's grab Air 1, and I think that's going to have to be it for now when it comes to transmission, so we'll hold off on that. Okay. Oops, don't want to miss that. Boom. Okay, so we are starting to hit some of the wealthy countries, which means drug resistance is going to be important pretty soon. But we haven't hit a lot of the cold nations, which means maybe I don't need to worry about cold resistance quite yet. Should I do drug resistance first? Maybe. Oh, there we go. We hit Russia. Nausea developed. No! Stop it. Not allowed. Okay. Doop. And New Zealand. And Kazakhstan. And Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. That's a terrible voice. That was not even slightly okay. Wow, off pitch. Glory. There we go. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So we're still missing Europe and Greenland and Iceland, and the rest will fall no problem. Well, there goes Iceland and part of Europe. Okay. Let's say it's time for Drug 1, Cold 1, and I'm going to save up for Cold 2. Now, the special ability, I don't know if I showed this already for the Prion, is Neural Atrophy. Basically makes complex tasks harder, makes it harder to cure. So it's like another level of genetic hardening. I actually don't think it's necessarily worth the points. It could be, but we'll see. It depends a lot on how early they detect me. I'm hoping to avoid using it. Drug 2, please. Thank you. And we'll continue to spread. I'm going to need Cold 2 ASAP, like right now, because I'm going to need to be able to spread in Russia so that I can get to Greenland. Is it a boat from Russia that gets there? I can never tell. Either that or it's the Baltic states. I feel like there's a boat that comes from this region that gets to Greenland, but I never can remember for sure. Okay, well, I think we're pretty good right now. I think at this point the best thing we can do is either maybe invest in another level of birds. That may not be the worst idea. You know what? Yeah, we're going to do it. I'm going to get another level of birds. This is risk. Don't necessarily follow this build. Maybe this is going to come and bite me. But the thing to do now is going to be saving up points for some symptoms. Speaking of symptoms, let's get rid of the cysts. We're not ready to be detected yet. We've infected half the world, and I don't want to get detected until I've hit pretty much everything, because symptoms take a while to take effect. So I'm gonna need all the extra time I can get, because the timing of everything is completely thrown off with the Prion. All right, we're gonna hold off. We're starting to stack up some points. We got 50 to go. Greenland still has not been infected, which is unfortunate. Insomnia, go away. Gosh, not letting people sleep, that's rude. People need their sleep. I need my sleep. I've had a horrible day. I woke up this morning and I went outside and oh my gosh, my car is gone. It's not in the parking lot. What the heck just happened? Turned out it got towed for really stupid reasons that had really nothing to do with me and more of an overzealous truck driver. But hey, you know, there's not much I can do about it. So it was a terrible way to start my day. Got to work late. But I don't need to be whining to you guys. What do you care? All right. Nausea, you know what? It's okay to get detected now. I'm going to let nausea develop. I'm going to let it stick around because I want to start my infectivity going way up. They actually haven't detected me at all yet, have they? They're way behind the curve. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and grab rash, sweating, and have we infected everything? We have. Okay. I'm going to let them detect me first. There they are. They finally found me now that I'm starting to make people sweat a little bit and throw up. Or actually, they're not vomiting, they're just nauseous. So they just have upset tummies, really. And as soon as I see my infectivity is pretty good. You know what? Screw it. Skin lesions and necrosis. Let's go for the kill right off the bat. It's going to take a while to take effect anyway. All right, skin lesions is great. Super high infectivity. The reason I love necrosis, though, good lethality, and most importantly, as it kills people, their dead bodies remain a vector of transmission. So I can kill people, but my transmissibility actually doesn't go down very much. So it's a pretty awesome way to kill people. Necrosis is fantastic. But now that we're in every country, I don't need to worry about them shutting down borders, so let's get my infectivity way up. Okay, they're all dying off pretty quick. Hemorrhagic shock developed for free? Oh, my lethality is about to skyrocket. I love what I'm about to see. All right. Let's see what else I can do. Do I want internal hemorrhaging? Heck yes, I want internal hemorrhaging. Do I want fever? Yes. Do I want immune suppression? Oh my gosh, I think I do. And we're just going to leave that at that. So it's going to take a while. I just upped my lethality a ton. You'll notice the bar isn't going up that fast. But all things considered, you know, it could be a lot worse. There we go. Now it's taking effect. Now it's really settling in. Look at the people die. So much death. No healthy people in the world. Well, that means that everyone's about to die. So sorry, so sad. I'm actually not sorry. This is part of the game. Pulmonary fibrosis, meh. Tumors, yeah, well, it's not quite tumors. Why not? Cancer, just to kick you while you're down. We'll also give you some tumors. Okay, very good. This build theoretically does work in Mega Brutal. I'm pretty sure, because this went very smoothly. They only got to 40% of the cure. So I'm going to go ahead and say this will work in Mega Brutal, but I'm going to guess that the Darwinist mutation strategy is, of course, a little bit of a roll of the dice. So if you don't get a free lethality symptom right when you need it, it might be really, really hard. Difficult to say, but we'll see. Alright, the world is now dead. Victory for me! And we're going to speed on through this. Before you guys leave, because I know this is when a lot of you guys are going to leave, please hit the like button. Please, please hit that like button. We want to get this around. I want you to know, or I want you to show me that you love Plague Inc. Evolved, because it's a really, really, really fun game. Now, if there are any other diseases that I haven't shown on Brutal difficulty that you'd like to see, maybe a rehash of the Necrovirus, maybe move on to something like parasites or regular viruses or bacteria, I don't know, but I think most of the interesting ones are done at this point. So if you guys want to see more, be sure to leave a comment, be sure to hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so. Alright, so this only took 706 days. I still only got 3 stars. I'm not really sure why, but I'm pretty sure that was a pretty solid run. Either way, we're starting to see the cold regions really take root now. I'm really surprised that Finland was infected so fast. That was unusual. I guess that extra cold and drug resistance really paid off, didn't it? And this is the point where lethality should really start kicking in. There we go. Billions of people dying per tick right here. Perfect. And only a few days left. Goodbye. The world is dead. Alright, well, that is the Prion. For those of you who wanted to see it, for Plague Inc. Evolved, that's my brutal strategy. Works pretty well. If you have your own strategy that you think works better, leave it in the comments, and maybe I'll give it a shot. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. This has been Pravus with Pravus Gaming, and I will see you guys next time.